Hello and welcome to another unboxing from Pushing Cardboard. I'm Grant Lindenberg and today we're taking a look at The Last 100 Yards, Volume 4, The Russian Front. This game designed by Mike Dennison. He's the Last 100 Yards series is all his baby. I think he's designed all of them. And published by GMT Games. This is quite exciting to get this. This is the first game we're going to have where the Americans aren't the Allies. So this will be we've had a couple of boxes of U.S. versus German, then a Pacific volume, and now this. We finally go to the Russian front. So hopefully after this, maybe we'll see some Commonwealth troops. But I'm excited to see what he's done with to reflect the characteristics of the Russian army compared to the U.S. army. I'm sure there's going to be some interesting new rules for that. It's looks like all the other Last 100 Yards boxes, same size, sort of same weight. They give it a 6 complexity and a 6 solitaire suitability. That solitaire suitability, there's no dedicated solitaire mode in here. Not that I recall. But you know, like any tactical game, you can play it solitaire if you want to and have a good time. So let's get in there, and I'm anxious to see what's in the box. We're going to get some new maps. We're going to get some new counters, and we're definitely going to get some new rules. I don't think he's going to make them work exactly the way the U.S. Army and the U.S. Airborne forces work. Okay, here we go. We got a bunch of baggies in case you're not the kind of person who likes to put things in counter trays. 10-sided dice, and handily on these dice you can see, you can see instead of 0 they've actually written the 10. It's a pet peeve of mine when designers use a 10-sided die and make 0, 0. That sort of drives me a bit bonkers. But anyway, no making that mistake here. Okay, with The Last 100 Yards, Series Rules 3.0. That's kind of good to see. That means that they've amalgamated whatever's got to do with the Russians into the series rules. It looks like probably it's your standard GMT matte finish rule book. So no problem scribbling a few notes in here or anything like that. Let's see. All the usual things. But there's an extra spot on units and nationality characteristics going to be in here for the Russian and Japanese. Well, let's just skip ahead there and see if we can find it and see what it looks like. Here we go. Looks like we have some special Russian and command and control rules, and maybe that's it. But anyway, that's it's just a redo of the rules that we already have. I suppose there's with any errata or changes that Mike Dennison's made, they'll be put in here. And I'm sure these rules are backwards compatible to all the other versions of the game. So there we go, the series rules. Here we have the playbook, which is going to probably have some rule examples, and maybe I can't remember if the scenarios are in. The scenarios aren't in here. This is just examples and examples of play. I think the scenarios come on cards, and lots of designer notes here. Wow, that's great. So another good book there. This is common to all the games so far. This is the casualty track. It's got the coordination table where you put your mortars when they're pending and then when they're available, sequence of play, and then the time track over here. This looks exactly like, to my eye, like the other ones I have in the other boxes. Combat tables. There'll be a couple of these. This has got the combat charts on this side. Train effects, blind hex table. I haven't really used that yet. Maybe it's new, or maybe I just haven't Uh, haven't tried to get over trying to see over a high point yet. I don't know. Concealment loss, stacking limits, and then this is your small arms and anti-tank combat, and then this is your close assault resolution table, and so your melee and whatnot. Second copy of that for the other player, and here we go. Yeah, the missions are on cardstock. I love that this is the way to do scenarios. Don't if you can put them on cards like this, please do so. I just hate the way they do it in some games where it's just a listing in the back of the book, and then halfway down the page the next scenario starts, and halfway down the next column of the next page the next scenario starts. I'm always losing my way with those. There are a lot of there's a lot of scenarios in here. Let's see, we start at 43 and go up to 58. So what's that, 16 scenarios? Something like that. So that looks pretty cool. And here they are. Here's the new piece as well. Not too exciting. This first sheet's not too exciting. It's mostly just markers. A few. I don't know what the big white dot on those vehicles is. Maybe it's something I'm not remembering from the other games. Here's the first sheet of Russian infantry. Two slightly different colors here. I wonder if that's no, I don't know what that is. Can't say because we got the red platoon, the white platoon, blue platoon, and yeah, I don't know what that is. Well, I guess we'll find out once we start playing the game. Here's some of the vehicles. Now these don't have that white dot on them, so this is definitely something else. Oh, and a little batch of PTO replacement counters there for folks who own the Pacific game, and I do. So there you go. A few German counters, but not many. Mostly, you need to play all the scenarios in this. You definitely need the first and second box to get all the German markers. We've seen these before. We've got millions of these already. Here's some markers for this game. Assembly points. I wonder if there's any. I wonder if there's any Russian paratrooper scenarios. That's the only thing I've used the assembly points so far was for paradrops from playing scenarios in box number 2. That's all I can think of anyway. Good looking counters as always. This scenario, the pieces look nice. And then finally we have some maps, and these are all double-sided like you're used to with Last 100 Yards. Here we have a little village strung out along the streets. This is a bit of a hilltop village. You can see the contour lines around there, although no thick contour lines, so it's not a huge hill. Up to 50 maps. It's starting to get a little bit ASL-like. A river. Oh, here we have a very dense urban map. Haven't seen a lot of these, and even though this man, doesn't that make you think of Arnhem? Even though this is the Russian box, but something about that bridge. Another river. Oh, that's I don't know what those are. Maybe it's a new terrain type, or maybe it's just one I haven't. Maybe it's one that's in the Pacific box. I haven't played that one yet. Good looking map, but crazy looking terrain for sure. Lots of these little village maps in this box with these little clusters of buildings around a crossroads or a couple of roads. A railway line on this one. This one is sort of 2.5 hills. And a little village inside of a forest, sort of. And that's it. That's the components for the new Last 100 Yards Russian Front game. I am so excited to play this. I'm still playing the airborne one with a buddy, man, I can't wait to try this and see what the difference is in playing the Russians. Well, thanks for watching. This has been Grant Lindenberg and Pushing Cardboard. Please check out my podcast, the Pushing Cardboard podcast, or drop by pushingcardboard.com and check out the website. Thanks again for watching.